Welcome into the Immigrant Podcast. I'm your boy Nikolai Hill. Appreciate you being a part of the program here today. Thanks for logging on with us one more time. It's been a long summer already, man. Record-breaking heat on the East Coast, and of course down here on the West. We were having all types of immigration and citizenship battles, between Los Angeles and all the cities on the West Coast. Of course, Las Vegas is one of those as well. Been paraded by ICE and other law enforcement. So it's been a tough summer. We're hoping everybody stays cool and stays calm out there during this time. But episode 38 today, man, we haven't touched on P Diddy and the trial yet. And to be honest, we're drawing near to the end of the trial. I think we're in week 6 now of the trial. It started on May 12th. And Diddy was charged for racketeering and for prostitution charges because stemming from, should I say, the carriage of females across state lines, whether they're based in his home state of New York, or whether they were doing other stuff on the West Coast down here, which he has a home in Los Angeles. Of course, he has a home in Florida as well. So the trial is ongoing, but the prosecution rested their case yesterday. We've heard that the defense, they've decided not to call any witnesses on behalf of Sean Combs. And from what I've heard and so far from this trial, that seems to be the right decision from the defense. In layman's terms, man, I've got to make this, and I'm not defending Sean Combs in any way at all because, his actions are literally indefensible. But the prosecution and the government of the United States who have brought these charges against Mr. Combs, they haven't proven that, to me personally, that the racketeering charge can hold up. And the other charges, I'm having a lot of trouble with seeing exactly what his input was from a criminal perspective. Now, don't get me wrong. I've learned a lot of new things about Diddy that I didn't know prior to this trial. So me and a lot of people that I know, we're not going to ever see him in the same light again. And I think that's what part of the government, the U.S. government, or who brought these charges on him, I think, and for the most part, that's what they wanted. But I would be remiss if I said and I thought that in any way Sean Combs was going to jail for life for whatever charges were brought by the state of New York and the prosecution. I've yet to hear anything that he's done detrimental to the country or detrimental to the government. He's been detrimental to himself in these last few years, and this is going to hurt his finances. And he's been a bad boss, a bad boyfriend, maybe even a bad father. I'm not hearing that from any of his kids, but I'm just not seeing where the criminal aspect of this charge, or of this case, should I say, has exceeded where it would be a small punishment for time served or fines that he would have to pay, or in the case of his ex-girlfriend Cassie, the $30 million, which she already took, and then to end up also taking the stand to defile Mr. Combs even more. I think there should be a law against that. If you accept funds from somebody, you should not be allowed to further defame them in a legal matter. So that's my 2 cents. I just haven't seen what the prosecution has done to charge Diddy for all these criminal charges when it comes to racketeering and prostitution across state lines. And I'm fully expecting him to be released sometime after this trial. I think the judge has called for some time between when the prosecution and the defense has to again come and bring their final statement. So I think that will happen sometime later this week. Today is June 24th. So before the end of this week, we're hoping to hear closing arguments from both the prosecution and the defense. And then after that, I'm expecting for there to be a swift and quick resolution when it comes to the jury and for the judge. And I'm expecting Sean Combs to be home before the end of the year. We're going to touch back on this maybe after the case. And I'm not sure what positive it is for you. But a positive for me would be time served and punishment had, millions of dollars lost, and now he gets to move on with his life and see if he can recoup some of his stature as the man, the producer, the mogul. It's been your boy Nikolai Hill for another episode of the Immigrant Podcast. Take it easy.